What is going on, my financial friends? It's your friend Jack here, and today we are back for week number 2 of my tax-free savings account $100,000 investment challenge with Canadian stocks. This is going to be an awesome week. Honestly, I'm just really excited. I've been waiting all week to literally just buy these stocks. Buying stocks has been my pride and joy, and once my dividends start rolling in, that'll probably be another part of my pride and joy. Anyways, this week's episode, I haven't bought the stocks yet. I'm going to buy them live with you guys here, but I do have them picked out. It's going to be exciting. Make sure you stay tuned. But real quick, before we get right into the video, I just want to explain the challenge and my plan in general. Really basic, high-level overview of my plan to reach $100,000 in my tax-free savings account. So, in short, here's the plan. Essentially, I am going to be buying stocks every single week. Also, with buying stocks every single week, I am going to be making a YouTube video, so subscribe and hit the bell if you want to see those. I also will be posting pretty much daily content, so super exciting stuff. Anyways, my plan for my dividend portfolio is essentially to reinvest all the dividends that I get. And my goal with this is to increase my contribution room, because basically growth inside your account that is going back into your account and never leaves your account, it doesn't count as your contribution room. So essentially, if I get paid $100 in dividends and my cap was $6,000, now my cap is $6,100. Even if I only have $3,000 in my account, that is not contribution added to my yearly amount. That is just the room expanding. So along with the contribution room going up, I'm going to be basically using the power of compound interest to, over time, and time is on my side, I'm only 21 years old, to bring my account to $100,000 and even more. I am going to be investing about $6,000 a year, so hitting $100,000 won't take that long, with my dividend payments also being reinvested. And by the time I'm like 40, this account should be upwards of $1 million if I keep on at a 6 to 8% yield of dividends. Alright, so just before we get into actually looking at the stocks that I'm going to buy for this week, I just want to remind you guys that I did post an episode last week, and if you want to check that out, I'll be linking it down in the description, as well as a whole playlist for basically this whole $100,000 tax-free savings account challenge. Now let's go take a look at basically what we're going to be buying today. My portfolio right now has 6 shares of Algonquin Power Corporation, AQN, and Utilities Corp, and it is down quite a bit since I bought it, but that's fine. Canadian Utilities, I have 1 share of that. So if you guys want to go look at last week on why I bought these companies or why I have these shares, you can go ahead and do that. And I have $161 ready to trade for today. And I'm looking at my watch list right now. I do have Bank of Nova Scotia on it, Enbridge, Fortis, Pembina Pipeline Corporation. There's a nice dividend yield on that one. It's kind of a competitor with Enbridge, so I'm kind of looking into that. I do want to add some energy to my portfolio. And here we have a REIT, and I do have a covered calls bank ETF, but today we're going to be taking a look at the REIT first. It is SmartCentres Real Estate Investment Trust. I did make a video on this REIT separately. I'll link that down in the description as well, but it's a REIT that I really like. It's in more or less the retail industry. I believe over 40% of their tenants are actually Walmarts, so a really good tenant to have, reliable. And yeah, I haven't actually put any real estate into my portfolio yet, and this one right here, 6.66% dividend yield, as well as they do pay monthly dividends, so something to consider. And it's kind of nice seeing monthly dividends. It's at a decent price right now. This past year they've went up 25%, but over the past 5 years they're actually down. Since that March hit, you can see the dip right there. They have not fully recovered. And look at the 3-month scale, they're up 18%. And honestly, I think this real estate investment trust, this REIT, isn't going anywhere. I feel pretty strongly about it. SmartCentres, you've probably seen the little penguin logo hanging around. And today we're gonna be buying some shares, and we're gonna be buying them in our TFSA. Something to keep in mind, guys. As always, I'm gonna tell you guys this time in every video, always click on limit buy. And limit buy basically stops the price from buying too high, so you get the price you're actually wanting. If you just press market buy, it's going to buy whatever the market price is, and there's a 15-minute delay between this app and where you're buying from, so you might be paying 5, 6, 7 extra cents. What you can do to ensure you actually get the price that you're wanting is go to what I just showed you, limit buy here, the second option, then put in the price that is currently displayed to you. So it's 15 minutes delayed, but put in that price, 72, and we're going to go continue. I want 2 shares of this stock. going to press continue again, and I'm going to confirm my order. And bam, the order is sent. It might not go through right away because the price might not be there, but when the price does come back down, or if it does, we will buy the stocks. I'm going to leave it at that for now for SmartCentres, but I am going to be buying another stock in this episode or this week. I want to buy some BNS, some Bank of Nova Scotia, another dividend payer, 5.75 dividend yield. They actually do pay quarterly, but this is one of the big 5 banks of Canada. So any of the big 5 banks are pretty good investments. They are the big 5 after all. And this is a Scotiabank, if you did not know. And we're going to be taking a look at the 1 week. You know, they're up, they're pretty stable. They're down in the past month, they're up in the past 3 months. Past year, they're up 40%. And here's that hit back in March. You can see the dip, and they have recovered quite nicely. They're looking pretty good. In terms of, you know, how much I'm gonna buy this stock, I'm not sure. But for today's episode, we're just gonna buy one stock of BNS. We're gonna go once again to the limit buy section. We're gonna put in our price of $78.32. We're gonna buy one BNS stock for today's episode. This is gonna be a bigger spending episode because last week I only spent $30, and I need to add more to my portfolio. I am going to be dollar cost averaging in some sense, but mainly I'm aiming to spend about $100 to $115 per week. Today we think we went a bit above that. We went to $133, but last week we only spent $30. And, you know, I was pretty much fiending to not spend more money, but fiending to add more to my portfolio all week. So I don't want to regret later in a few days not having more positions, because honestly, to me, this is like one big fun game. And obviously, you don't have to take all my advice, and I say obviously a lot. You shouldn't take my word as advice. This is just, you know, entertainment purposes, a little bit of education maybe, but only go into stocks that you really think are going to do well. Don't always listen to other people. Do your own research every single time. I want to keep that in mind. I'm no expert. I'm just a guy on the internet with a floating head. I could be, you know, pumping and dumping. Obviously, I'm not, because these are big stocks. But keep in mind, my investment strategy and the way I'm investing might not be what's going to be working for you. It depends on your age, depends on your risk tolerance, depends on a lot of things. And I really like dividend investing. That's my personal preference. If you don't, that doesn't mean you can't watch my videos or you don't have to do this style of investing. But I thought it'd be interesting to put my portfolio out there and basically my entire progress of the portfolio going forward. And right now I'm very happy. I think our market order did go through for Bank of Nova Scotia. So we're officially an owner of Nova Scotia. Today's return up 1 cent. We just made 1 cent on camera live right there. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Before we end the episode, I want to go ahead and take a look at a spreadsheet I made just to show you guys a generic overview of my portfolio. And you guys can let me know if you want access to the spreadsheet or you want to make your own version of the spreadsheet, because I will show you guys how to use it if you want. It's very simple, and let's go take a look at that spreadsheet. Alright guys, so here's the spreadsheet, a very basic spreadsheet. Uses Google Finance, the Google spreadsheet basically function to fetch the current prices and all that. You do have to manually put in the dividends. I do manually do this, but once I put it in once, I don't have to put it in again. Also, I'm tracking some other things like, my estimated annual income, the weight of my portfolio, and a few other things like how often their dividends pay and which sector these stocks are in. I'm going to be using that data later to make some graphs and charts, but for now I just have the basics down, and I'm going to go ahead and input what we just added to our portfolio in this spreadsheet. And our average cost for the Bank of Nova Scotia, which we bought 1 share of, I already put it all in here, is going to be $78.32 right now, because we bought one stock at $78.32. Now, our average cost for the SmartCentres real estate, I don't think that order has went through yet. It has not went through yet. And basically, I did put it at $27.72. The current price is $27.74. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there right now. If it doesn't, go through, I'm going to go ahead and come back here and fix it up. But we're going to put $27.72, and our total return, we're down $2 with our Algonquin Power and Utilities Corp, just because their price has went down 30 cents since we bought 6 shares of it, which is quite a bit. I'm not worried about it. Their dividends are still going to be paying the same. And, you know, I might have to pick up some more next week if they continue to go down, get a little bit of sale price there, but I'm still happy with the price of $20.64. I think that's still an excellent price. Anything below $23 for Algonquin, I'm loving. But yeah, that's pretty much my portfolio. I haven't put this number in here yet. I can just drag it down, bam, numbers in there, drag it down, bam, numbers in there. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're up. You know what? I actually up 4 cents on SmartCentres real estate because we haven't got the stock yet. But yeah, looking pretty good. If you guys want more info about this spreadsheet, I can definitely make a separate video on that. I probably will regardless. But yeah, that's my portfolio right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you want to see week 3 of this challenge. And we're going to be at 100K in no time. So strap in because here we go to the moon.